Creating Currents, episode 5. Back in this bitch like I'm Parallel Parking. What's up with y'all, man? You know I have to tap in on a monthly basis. We're back in here to talk about something very special, man. You know we got an album coming up. Very special project. And I'm super hyped to hear what you guys think about this overall vision and sound. We've definitely entered a new chapter. And it's always exciting, right? This is the most exciting time when I get to share. I love creating and kind of being ducked off in the shadows, just doing what I love to do. It's not always my favorite thing to like be in front of everybody's faces and having to post all the time and having to like share all the time. I do like my, solidarity in being able to just create on my own. And that's especially what this process was like, right? In creating this project. I got this studio that I'm sitting in now, right? In the beginning of 2025 and working through the summer, fall, and winter of 2025 and in the beginning of 2026 is really what created Shadows Peak. As I was creating it, I didn't really have an intention like, I'm going to make a project that sounds like this. I just was creating songs, and eventually I caught on to something. I was like, there's something here. There's something I'm trying to say, and which is very interesting because I dropped Nothing's Changed, but Everything is Different in April of 2025. So stepping into the next chapter, I did have a couple days where I thought to myself, like, I don't want to just circle back and talk about stuff that I've talked about before or like just choose a random topic and go about it. I want to feel kind of natural into my way of my next subject. Like, what do I want to share? What do I want to say to the people? So I sat with that for a while and just was producing beats, kind of staying more instrumentally tuned because I wanted to figure out what I wanted to say, right? But I didn't want to take in too much influence from other people's talk and other people's art so that I would just kind of, at least try to get to the most authentic outcome of what I've been going through during that time. And 2025 was a roller coaster. I mean, I bet for everybody. Since 2020, things haven't been the same, right? It feels like every year things change, but a bomb was dropped, right, on everybody. It felt that way in 2020. So, moving forward, man, it's been a blessing. It's crazy to see the growth. It's crazy to feel the growth. But long story short, right, I felt this project kind of fall in my lap after making a bunch of songs. And Shadows Peak. So where does that title come from? Well, I want you guys to really take this project in yourself and come up with your own idea of what you think this is, right? But just know it plays with the dichotomy and the phenomenon of what Carl Jung called the shadow, right? And all of us have a shadow. And it's more of the dark parts of you. Maybe the things that you don't see as much or you don't notice as much, but really do influence you to be who you really are when nobody's watching. So I touch on a lot of darker personal subjects, as I always do, right? But there's something distinctly eerie about this vibe. And I'm very excited to share it with you guys. I mean, the project is done. It's finished, mixed, mastered. We're done. Really, the next step is to share it with you guys and to obviously introduce you guys to the visual aspect and the world that I've created. Big shout out to all the people I worked with on this, for real. Heartless, you're the man. Ashes, what up, man? I know you held it down for that one. Magic, what up, man? Ashes, we killed that shit. Oh, man. Python P. Kill Switch. We killed that shit, Brody. Man, real shit. That was an exciting session for me as well. So, P, you know what it is, bro. It's love. I appreciated the hospitality. I went in there at like 10:30 a.m. in December of 2025. I had a session with Python, and I just know I wanted to rip something for this project, right? I had about 6 out of the 9 songs just, I had 6 out of the 9 songs, not completed, but I had them. And so I was just thinking going into that session, like I really want something cold that can fit this eerie vibe. And we sat back, chopped it up, played a couple different beats. He played me a bunch of different stuff, and I found the one that was the one. P, what up, man? That was fire. And yeah, we have a couple other people on there that would, that definitely influenced in different ways. I mixed it, I mastered it. Of course, I wrote it. But, of course, there's always collaboration factors, right? And different moving factors that inspire you along the journey of this. So there's a lot of inspiration that was drawn from outside of the project as well. Shout out to all those people I named, though. Heartless, P, Magic, what up? We're holding it down for real. Man, this one is just, like I was saying, it is very influenced and inspired by things outside of music and the project or the people that are normally surrounding my stuff. So I was very inspired by Stanley Kubrick's film Eyes Wide Shut while writing this album. The Corpse Bride by Tim Burton, another crazy one. Taxi Driver, Martin Scorsese. That's like, this album is, you take those 3 movies and you mesh them into one. Eyes Wide Shut, Corpse Bride, and Taxi Driver. And you get Shadows Peak. Crazy trio, I know, but we're just going to have to let the music tell the story. Man, oh man. It's March of 2026, man. We've already 2 months into this. It's crazy. It's like, the older I get, I'm 27 now, it's crazy. Time just is the never-ending mystery, and it feels different all the time, pun intended. And it's wild. It's just a blessing, you know what I mean? I look around and I'm like, it's just a blessing to get as far as we have so far, in the condition that we've had as well. Extra blessed, super blessed, really have a lot more things to be giddy about than to complain about. But then again, there's something, seductive and infatuating about darkness. And, something infatuating and kind of sexy about the shadows. And, being provocative is something that's always been attractive to the human mind. The way we explore the darkness is something that's very interesting to me. That's why I feel like I always gravitated towards it as well, right? And not just darkness as an evil, but even using those dark, what we call dark, to reach our light. Because as you know, right, one of them can't exist without the other. Obviously, there has to be some sort of balance, and we like to act like leaning towards light more means more. But I also don't think that, you guys have probably heard the quote, like, a nice man is not always a good man, right? And a good man is not always a nice man. You have to be able to pick and choose, right? But I would say for myself, I would much rather be a good man, because a good man doesn't always do what's nice, right? But he does what's good. He does what, in the name of, hopefully, right, righteousness, which is always a funny one to play with as well, because the path to evil is paved with good intentions. Just got to remind yourself you're not God. You might think something, but we really don't know anything. I think it's just very important to be able to kind of circle with that idea and remind yourself that no matter how much I've accomplished, no matter how much I've figured out or think I know, like, there is a universe out there, right? Which then shrinks your perspective of what you really know a lot more every single time you think about it. And I think it's a healthy thing. It's healthy to be humbled. It's healthy to know, like, I might think I know, but I probably don't. And even if I'm right about some things, I'm definitely wrong about a lot more. And that's okay. Like, that's the whole interesting thing about life. Like, you're wrong about things, so you get to figure out more. You have more of a journey. And it's just wild. Time goes by so fast. But it also feels like it goes by very slow at times. I've just been trying to enjoy my life more. Aside from art, aside from showing off, to people what I can do, and showing off to the world that I'm worthy, to be paid for what I do, and to live happily. And it's like just trying to enjoy my life more. The simple things, man. I like to go out and eat by myself. I like to go out and eat with the people I love. And I'm trying to be better at not feeling guilty for doing normal stuff. Like, that might sound weird, but like, if you are, caught up in being a hustler, you understand exactly what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you feel guilty for doing normal things that people do all the time. It's like, I get kind of jittery when I sit there and like watch TV, when I just like I'm sitting and watching TV. It's like there's only a certain amount of time. Like, it's hard, not hard, but in the past couple of years, it definitely is harder to sit down and watch a full 2-hour movie just sitting there, especially by myself. If I'm with somebody else, it makes it a little more bearable and enjoyable, because I'm not self-centered and thinking about like, oh, look at all the shit I have to do, and I'm sitting here and fucking watching a screen when I know damn well I have a fucking to-do list that's the size of whatever the hell, So I've just been trying to enjoy myself more too, because I know that my life is meant to be enjoyed, and I'm so blessed that if I don't take the advantage that I have, right, of being able to enjoy it on a level that probably a lot of humans will not ever be able to experience, then I'm kind of wasting it. It's like, isn't that the point of being blessed too? To use your blessings? Like, I know we all, want to big up the underdog, and big up the ones that are less fortunate. And I feel it. And I do the same, right? It's like, we love underdogs. I love underdogs. I love having an underdog story. I am an underdog, right? I'm underrated. And I just think it's, there's nothing wrong with like, embracing your blessings and embracing what is good about you. Like, we're always about like, yeah, it's supposed to be good. You're supposed to be perfect. So what's wrong with you is blah, 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 blah. We'll always talk about what you need to fix more than what you already have. And of course, that's in the name of nature, right? Continuing to evolve. And that's all every species wants to do, is survive and evolve. It's just part of our nature. And the more I grow, the more I realize, like, man, you can't really get away from it. As much as we like build these concrete jungles and, integrate with robots and digital societies, it's like the millions of years of DNA that are the millions of years of history that are stored in our DNA has an insanely strong effect on who we become in the future, right? It's like, those are the moving factors at the end of the day, is nature. In the shadows, man. In the shadows. As you guys can hear too, shadows peak, right? So shadows peak. I mean, you only call something a peak when it's a mountain. I want you guys to listen to it, break it down yourself. Release date is coming soon, man. I'm not saying anything yet. Okay, I just want to start brewing the vibes, get you guys ready. I mean, come on, man. It's like, come on, man. We're about to step into the shadows, okay? And this is something that, is not only dark and introspective. It's fun. It's got a lot of energy, right? And so that's what I'm bringing to the table. I've always brought that energy to the table. So, yeah, I mean, you're going to hear it all over this project. On this project, I want all this smoke. I want all this smoke, right? And not the smoke that y'all funny motherfuckers be talking about, right? I'm a lyricist. I'm an artist. I'm a real creator, So I don't just like get in the game to ride around in the hefty things that the game gets you eventually. A lot of my motivation in the game is to take heads off and to show why I should be considered one of the best and why I should be appreciated for what I'm doing, right? Aside from just the work ethic and the hustle, but the outcome, that's the whole thing. So that's another thing that I wanted to circle back on, was like, you might know a lot of things, but what have you done? What have you shown? You might have ideas, right? But what have you done and executed into the world, right? You're not what you think, you're what you do. I've been trying to stand on that more because I do a lot of thinking. I do a lot of talking as well. I mean, that's what, you know, especially being a rapper and artist too, you write and then you speak. It's like, but living and doing, you know, is a whole different thing. So that goes back to just wanting to live my life. I just want to live my life and love my life while I'm at it too. Shout out to the fam holding me down for real. There's nothing like it. It's like the people that, you know, get on your nerves the most. Sometimes are the people that you don't choose in your life. So it's like, shout out to the family, you know, especially if they've been there for you. It's like we all have our shit in the shadows, right? But I know my shit, and it definitely stinks. But hey, I'm learning how to work with the darkness to be able to stand in the light, right? Can only ever be seen in the light if you work in the dark. You can run from it all or, you know, become a hybrid. I'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. If you guys haven't heard that, look that up. I'm not the first person to say that. That's for damn show. More cover art's going to be released soon. We got some more special announcements regarding the project for sure. A lot of stuff we haven't done before. I just love that we're being able to find new avenues to touch base with y'all and to connect with y'all. I mean, this community is amazing. Like the amount of love, you know, and the amount of support is it warms my heart. You know what I mean? And I'm hyped to be able to connect some dots too. You know, I love bringing people in here for y'all and you know, bringing some of my day one friends from high school to be able to be on the podcast and on the show and just to be able to talk and show our personalities outside of the art. You know, a lot of the time the art is like, you know, what we choose to show. It's cool when we can have this medium because I could just be myself and y'all can get to know me, right? And hopefully I get to know you guys too. I mean, it's like always drop the comments, you know what I mean? Ask me questions, send me the DMs. I'm always about it, right? I'm always down. I love y'all, man. You know what it is, creating currents. Like I said, I'm not here to play with them, bro. I'm not here to play with them, bro. Shadows Peak coming soon. Bitch ass.